بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب يسر ولا تؤثر وتمم بالخير اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وأنفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessing of Allah be on all of you. Tonight's topic is Module 1, Lesson number 40, Inna and its sisters. And Lesson number 41, the difference between Inna and Kanna. And tonight, lead teacher will be our youngest Ustada, Sanika. And I will be on the background. And then from 8 o'clock, Dr. Mahmoud will take over for Quranic examples, inshallah. So I'd like to welcome Ustada Sanika. Please share your PDF and carry on with your lesson, please.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, can everyone see the screen?
Yep.
Is it big enough? Okay. So, I will teach lesson 41, so Inna and its sisters. So, Inna is a harf to begin with. It is part of a family of 7. So, Inna plus its 6 other sisters. So, Inna, Anna, Ka'anna, Bi'anna, Lakinna, later, La'alla. So these also need to be memorized, and maybe after I explain, I'll ask everyone to say it one by one, inshallah. So the most common 2 out of these 7 is Inna and Anna. So we'll start with Inna. So what does Inna mean? Inna means indeed, for sure, or certainly. So Inna comes at the beginning of a sentence, as shown in the example, Innal ladhina amanu, indeed those who believed. So in this sentence, what does inna do? What is the role of inna? It gives emphasis. So that is the main role of inna for sisters, is to give emphasis. And because of that, one of the names of inna is harfu tawkid or ta'kid, which means harf of emphasis. The second of the family is Anna, which means that or verily. Anna comes in the middle of a sentence. For example, Alam ta'lam anna Allaha ya'lamu. Do you not know that Allah knows? So, if you notice, the ism that comes after Anna, Allaha, instead of being in marfu, it is in mansub. So if you use the first method for singular isms, which is i'rab al-harakat, so you can see ha, the last letter, has a fatha. It is in mansub status. Why? Because anna is affecting the ism and giving it mansub. So the ism that has been affected by anna, it will be called ismu inna, in this case ismu anna. So that is one of the rules of the family of inna, is the ism that comes after it will be given mansub and will be called ismu inna. Then the ism, or the rest of the sentence, will be called khabar, as this is a jumlatul ismiya. So after in a jumlatul ismiya, after you find the mubtada, you will look for a khabar. In this case, the mubtada is Allah, but we will not call it a mubtada, we'll call it ismu inna. Why? Because a mubtada has to have marfu status, but the harf is giving it mansub status, so it will be called ismu inna or ismu anna. So after mubtada, you look for khabar. So in this sentence, after Allah comes ya'lamu. The khabar of any of inna or its sisters will be in marfu status. So here you can see ya'lamu has a dhamma, so it will be in marfu status. The next example is for kanna. So kanna means like, as though, or as if. It's used for similarity. So the example is كأن القمر مصباح. So you can see كأن gives the next ism fatha or mansub, and that will be the ismu kana. Then after that comes misbahun, which is in marfu status and will be the khabar. Next you have bi'anna. Bi'anna means because. So the example is ذلك بأن الله هو الحق. So ذلك بأن gives the ismu bi'anna mansub. Then you have huwa al-haqqu. Huwa al-haqqu will be the khabar of bi'anna, and it will be in marfu status. Then you have lakinna, which is the fifth of the family. Lakinna means however or but, and removes doubt in the sentence. The example is walakinna ash-shayatina kafaru. So lakinna ash-shayatina is mansub, so it is plural, so it has ina ending. So you use i'rab or huruf ina ending, so it will have mansub. And then kafaru, which is the khabar of lakinna, and it will be, as you can see, in marfu status. The sixth one is later, which means alas or regret, mostly when the kuffar are regretting. So ya layta qawmi ya'lamun, or I wish my people knew this. So you can see later gives the ism after it mansub status. So qawmi, but because of the ya, you will not be able to see the fatha. You will have a kasra, but it does take the mansub status, and it will be the ismu later. The khabar would be ya'lamun, una ending, so it is marfu. And the last one is la'alla, which means so that, hopefully, maybe, perhaps. So it shows hope or fear. The example is لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. Perhaps or maybe you will understand. So you can see لَعَلَّ. Okay, so لَعَلَّ gives mansub to the next ism, but in this case, the ism that comes after it would be kum. So kum is a mabni word, so you will not be able to see the fatha or sign of mansub, but it will take the mansub because la'alla is affecting it. So kum, which means you all, so plural, would be the ismu la'alla, and the khabar would be ta'qilun, so una ending marfu. So the most common, as I mentioned, is inna and anna. Okay, so inna has three names. So the first one I mentioned was harfu tawkid or ta'kid, which is harf of emphasis. The second one is based on what it does to the ismu inna, or the ism that comes after it. What does it do? It gives mansub, so it will be called harf nasiba, or huruf, or harful mansub, nasab, nasiba. So harfu nasiba. So, and the third name is mushabbaha bil fi'l. I think there's more about it in the next lesson, so I'll leave it at that. Okay, so when you see a harf nasiba, for example, inna or anna, there will be an ism attached or detached next to it, and it will be the ismu inna or subject. As I mentioned, in a jumlatul ismiya, you'll have mubtada and khabar. In this case, the mubtada will be, the subject will be the ismu inna, but we will not call it a mubtada because a mubtada must take marfu, but the harf nasiba is giving it mansub. So we will call it ismu inna, and the remainder of the sentence will be khabru inna. Okay, now is the example. So does anyone want to come up and read the examples and then identify the ism and khabar of inna or any of its sisters?
Finish the other lesson, Ustada, and then you can come back to it.
Okay, so lesson 41.
Yeah.
Okay, the difference between inna and kana. So inna, as I mentioned, is a family of 7. Inna plus its 6 sisters. And kana is a family of 17. So with kana. So kana plus 16 sisters. So inna is a harf, as its two names mention. So harf nasiba and harf tawkid. While kana is a fi'l or a verb. So one of the difference would be when kana comes at the beginning of a sentence, it would be a jumlatul fi'liya. And when a harf nasiba comes, it would be, so when inna comes at the beginning of a sentence, it'd be jumlatul ismiya. Inna also has the third name, as I mentioned, is mushabbaha bil fi'l. Why is inna called the mushabbaha bil fi'l? Because like a fi'l makes an object mansub with a fatha in a jumlatul fi'liya or a verbal sentence. Inna also makes the ism mansub with a fatha, but in a nominal sentence or a jumlatul ismiya. So, okay. So the ismu inna and khabru inna. So the ismu inna. So inna will make the ismu inna mansub status. Well, the khabar of inna will be in marfu status. For kana, it is the other way round. So the ismu kana, the ism of kana, will be in marfu, not mansub, it will be marfu. And the khabar of kana, khabru kana, will be in mansub, not marfu. So they are opposite in terms of ism and khabar. So where kana differs with inna? Inna is a particle or harf, but kana is a fi'l. The ism of inna always comes after it, whether as a noun or attached pronoun, such as A, Inna Allah ghafurun, Allah is forgiving, and B, Innahu ghafurun, indeed He is forgiving. So in both examples, you can see that the ismu inna is clearly outside of inna, so it is not inside the inna. But for ism of kana, it can come after kana, but it can also come inside kana as a pronoun. So the examples is Kana Allahu ghafurur rahima. Allah is forgiving and merciful. Here you can see the ismu kana, the ism of kana, is outside of kana. So the next ism, Allahu, in marfu status. And the second example is Kana ghafurur rahima. He is forgiving and merciful. So in this case, you cannot physically see that, you you cannot physically see the ismu kana outside of kana, because the ismu kana is inside kana as a pronoun. So in this case, it would be huwa, he, would be inside kana. So he is forgiving and merciful. Number 4, the ism of inna is nasab and the khabar is rafa, but kana is the complete opposite. The ism of kana is rafa and the khabar is nasab. So note the changes in using inna. So without inna, normally you'd have ana basharun, I am a human being. When inna is added, you'll have inna al-bashara raqiqun. So indeed, mankind is soft. So you can see that al has been added to basharun, which became bashara. When ma is added with inna, so then it would become innama, then the mansubat action abolishes, disappears. So, for example, innama ana basharun, I am only a human being, as opposed to if it was without the use of ma. So without ma, it would be inni basharun, indeed I am a human being. So when you have innama ana basharun, inna does not give mansub to the ismu inna, but without ma, inna will give mansub. Another example is قُلْ إِنَّمَا عِلْمُهَا عِنْدَ رَبِّي. So say that knowledge is only with my Lord. So here, ma has been attached to inna. So inna will not give mansub. So the ismu inna would be ilmu. So ilmu, as you can see, is in rafa or marfu status, because ma cancels the mansubat action that inna usually has. Innama qawluna li shay'in. Here, ma is also attached to inna. So inna will not give mansub to the ismu inna, as you can see. Qawlu is the ismu inna, but qawlu is in marfu or rafa status. When ma is attached to inna, the term in Arabic is called ma al-kafa, so ma of prevention, because it prevents the ismu inna from going into nasab or mansub status. Okay, that is the end of this lesson, so I'll go back to the examples now. So does anyone want to come up? Otherwise, I'll ask Ustad if you can please call from the list. I can't really see.
Yes. Start with Assistant Nilufa.
Assalamu alaikum, Ustad.
Wa alaikum salam. Ustad is asking for you to do maybe 2 or 3 examples and explain to the audience.
Okay. Inna Allaha ala kulli shay'in qadir. Because of the presence of inna, the mubtada becomes mansub instead of marfu. And qadir is khabar. So it takes marfu state.
Marfu,
Same
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Your one thing was you called Allah mubtada, but because a mubtada has to take marfu status, and the inna is giving mansub status, so it will not be called mubtada anymore. It will be called ismu inna.
Isma inna and khabar inna.
Yeah.
And
And then the second example is Inna alladhina kafaru sawa'un alayhim anzartahum am lam tunzirhum. Here again, after inna alladhina, it's taking the mansub and it's called as ism inna. And the khabar tunzirhum is khabar tunzirhum.
The rest of it's khabar. Kafaru.
Everything is khabar.
Yeah.
So it is in the marfu state. We'll call the entire sentence after the mubtada as khabar.
Yeah, there is a, yeah, this is a fragment. This is a, jumla actually. Kafaru
Jumlatul
khabaruna, yeah. Jumlatul khabri, yeah. But the main object here is to identify the ismu inna here. Can you see?
Okay.
Ismu inna.
Yes.
So why do you say inna lazina? Al-lazina, is it plural, singular? What is it?
Alladhina. Alladhina is singular.
You sure?
Yeah.
And normally al-lazina is mansub status anyway.
Yes.
So what effect did inna have in it?
We simply call it as ism inna.
Yeah, we know that. But inna is supposed to change it to mansub. There is an exception. If there is a mabni word, it does not change.
Yes. It's mabni, so it doesn't change. We don't see it.
Yeah, it does not change to mansub.
Yes.
Okay?
It stays as it is, but yes,
Yeah,
visibly the Arab is not known. It's not seen.
yeah. Okay, good. And the next two, who's going to... Ustada, you want somebody else to do the next two?
Yes, please.
Who would be? Brother Sahir?
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Can you do the next two, please?
So the next one is again inna ladina. So the inna came here before ladina. So even if whatever comes after inna, it should go to it should goes to the mansub status instead of dhamma status, rafa status actually.
Okay.
So since ladina is a mabni, so it doesn't change. So we can't see the exact change here in the first example. And second is inna salata. So
No. Inna lazina amanu.
ladina amanu. Sorry. So after the inna ladina, so the after that the status changes to dhamma here because of the inna. So ladina is called ismu inna, and amanu is called khabru inna. Because khabru is actually the khabru should be mansub, but when the inna comes in before, it changes to dhamma status.
Good. Next one.
So next one is inna salata. So inna came here, so it takes up the salata. So even if if it is solatun, so inna came, it was like solata. So mansub status came here when the inna came here first, and so solata becomes ismu inna here, and ismu khabar.
كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا.
كتابا موفوتا. Yeah, موفوتا. So
No, موقوتا.
موقوتا. So that should be اسم خبر.
Good.
It
Good.
would be خبر إن.
Yeah, خبر.
خبر إن. Yeah. So what Ustada is trying to explain to all of us here is that inna has a power.
Yeah.
Okay. When inna appears before a sentence, especially before an ism, the next ism will change from marfu status to mansub status. Now, generally, when the sentence has a ism and khabar, we would call it, mubtada and khabar. Yes, we've learned that on lesson 3. yes, we call it, it's got two components, mubtada and khabar. But when inna appears before isim, it changes its status. It changes to mansub, but we cannot call it mubtada anymore. We have to label it inna, ismu inna, and followed by khabar. Khabar will then become in a marfu status, and then we will call it khabru inna. So that's the main fact. Okay, that's what she's trying to explain to us. So if you can remember that, when inna comes in, ism will change it to mansub status, and khabar will change it to marfu status, the other way around. Okay? And then we will call it ismu inna, khabru inna. Okay, the next person, please.
Ustad, sorry to interfere. Actually, I made a mistake. Alladina is plural. I said singular.
Yes, you did
I
say that.
realized.
I was going to correct it for you later on.
It was a slip of tongue.
Yeah.
Because no one will make that mistake, but slip of
Yes.
tongue.
And moreover, there is obvious translation as well. So
Yeah, plus, Alladina after that, Alladina qalu. That is plural. Alladina is plural, of course.
yes.
Yeah, Ustad was going to correct it later, and I
Okay.
was waiting as well. Done. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, who's going to do the number 5, please? Somebody else? Sister Shakira?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Inna
Yeah, number 5.
alladhina.
Yeah.
Inna, that's when it precedes, what comes after it becomes mansub status. So inna is for inna, and the unlessina will become a mansub. It will change it from marfu status to mansub. So, and then al-lazina is mabni, so we cannot see the effect of that mansub visibly, but we know that
We
it's
can't see
taking
the number, yes.
the mansub status, and so, and it's plural. So, قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا فلا خوف عليهم. They are kabaru hinna. So, al-lazina will be ismu hinna, and will be kabaru hinna, and the kabaru hinna will take marfu status. So that call and the rest. So
Good. And then next one, Anna.
and so on that one, this is part of family of inna, that is Anna. So Anna usually comes between come in the middle of sentence. So it usually join the verb and ismu together, as been explained by Ustaza. So Anna here, so Anna Law. So what precedes Anna, as is what come after it, we change from Marfu to Mansub status. So Allah, it will be Ismu Hanna. So, and it will take Mansub status. So that's why it has Fatah there. And Sakara lakum ma fi samawati wa ma fil ardi. That's Kabaru Hanna. And they will take Marufo status. They will take Marufo status rather. So, and the Anna, as I explained before, it usually be in the middle or in the sentence between the verb and noun. So we can say that Alam Taro, that Taro is a verb, and the Allah is Ismi, and it join them too.
Okay, good. Thank you. Brother Muhammad Insaf, you've just joined.
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, Ustad.
Walaikum salam. Can you do the next example for me? وَيَعْلَمُ أَنَّهُ رَسُولُهُ.
Okay. وَيَعْلَمُ أَنَّهُ رَسُولُهُ.
Yeah.
So we talk about sisters of Inna.
Sorry?
So this lesson about sisters of Inna, yeah? Inna.
Yeah, sisters of Inna, yeah.
Okay, so after Inna, it makes Rafa status Innahu.
Are you sure?
Yeah. One second. The first example says Annallah. So the ism become mansub status. So
Okay.
yeah. So but here Annahu.
Yeah.
The pronoun is Annahu.
Yeah. Why is it Annahu? Why is it not Annaha?
Because it's a mabni. It's unchangeable.
Good. Okay. And Rasulu. So what do you call it? There's Annahu. What do you call it?
Annahu. Anna is
what's the grammatical terms here? You know, this lesson, what Ustada is saying, when Inna and its sisters, 7 of them, when they come before the words, before the isim, it has a power to change the isim into mansub status, and the khabar will become marfu status. Whereas generally, the mubtada will be in marfu and khabar will be mansub. But when inna comes and its sister comes before the isim, it changed. It changed the other way around. It changed the isim to mansub and khabar to marfu. So here you are seeing an example. وَيَعْلَمُ أَنَّهُ رَسُولُهُ. What do you call it? What the name of the isim after inna or anna?
okay.
It's called ismu inna.
Okay, I understand. Ismu Inna, Khabar Inna. Okay.
Yeah, khabru inna.
Okay.
That's why we ask everybody to come early, please, brother.
Okay, sorry for that. I apologize.
That's all right.
Asr.
But you missed the most important lessons here. Okay. Next one, Sister Tasmina.
Yes, Ustad. وَيَعْلَمُ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ. So after annahu, we have the attached pronoun hu. It is mabni, so it remains in marfu status. It does not change into its mansub status. And it would so it after anna hu. This one is ismu inna, and the rest al-haq is a khabru inna.
Okay, there is another term that we call it. When you see annahu, it's mabni and it didn't change to mansub. So we call it fi mahalli mansub. But it is ismu anna or ismu inna. Okay, remember that. Right, is that all the example finish, Ustada?
Sorry, Ustad, can you please repeat what you said now? Fi mahalli.
You know, the annahu, we say annahu, who is isim, but it's a mabni status. Okay, it's not going to change anymore. You can't see the fatha on top. It will not change. But we call it fi mahalli mansub status. Okay, Sister Nilufa, did you get that?
Yes, Ustad. For the pronoun, you mean for the pronoun, we call it as like that? Fi mahalli
mansub status, yeah. Ustada.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we call it ismu inna or ismu anna, depending on. So in all the family, if it is coming with a lakinna, so you should call it ismu lakinna or just ismu inna.
Yeah, we call it ismu inna because if you look at, can you make this a little bit bigger, Ustada? Hold on a minute. Okay, it's too big. Okay. Here you go. If you have a look at this example here, Alam ta'alam anna Allah ya'lamu. Okay. Now, anna normally comes in the between the sentence, and inna normally comes at the beginning of the sentence. You can see clearly here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anna and inna, the sisters of inna, all of them, they have a power. They have a a situation where isim comes after them, it will change to mansub.
Yeah.
We will not call it mubtada. We will call it ismu inna.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the khabar will be in marfu status, and we'll call them khabru inna. As you can see, anna Allah ya'lamu. Okay.
Yeah.
It applies to all of them, as you can see here. Here, there's an example here. Ya laytha qawmi ya'lamuna. Okay, now explain this to me, qawmi. Can you explain this to me, qawmi? What is it?
Ya layta qawmi, right?
Yeah, qawmi. What you see in there? What is there?
So that's khabar actually. So
is it?
Ya layta qawmi. So that's ismu in actually. So qawmun converted to qawmi.
Yeah. Normally it's qawmun. Okay.
Yeah.
But you cannot see the and then you go after mim, you've got ya, and this ya is ya mutakallim.
Yeah.
Okay. My people. So
Okay.
it's mudaf ilay, qawmi. Okay. Normally you would have been, if you didn't have ya later, you would be qawmun.
Yeah.
Qawmun.
Yeah.
No kasra in the underneath. You will be dhamma on top, qawmun.
Yeah.
But because of mudaf ilayhi, qawmi, ya mutakallim is added. So it's saying my people. Laytha, I wish my people knew this. Okay, knew. Ya'lamu. A'lamu, ya'lamu. Okay? Knowing something, something to know, yeah?
Yeah.
So as you can see, Ya Laytha has changed to mansub status. Although you can't see the visible fatha on top because of the before the mudaf ilayhi. So it's qawmi.
Okay.
All right. So we would call this qawmi as ismu anna or ismu ya laytha. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. So you should call it ismu ya layta instead of ismu inna or anna, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Inna, anna, ka anna. Yeah. All
Yeah.
of this.
Whatever sisters comes in, you should call that sister's name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
The heading of this is inna anna. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
And most important things you have to remember in Quran, most frequently inna and anna is used, and frequently these two are used very often. The others not so often, but they do use, a few times here and there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, now I'm going to ask all of you, Ustada, can you hide the lesson for me, please? I want all of you to repeat for me the 7 sisters' name with meanings. Who can start? Sister Nilufa?
Yes, Ustad.
Yeah.
Inna and its sisters. Inna is certainly, surely. Anna is verily that. Ka Anna is as if. Bi Anna is but. And Bi Anna and then Lakinna is Lakinna. No, Bi Anna is because. Lakinna is but. And then
Laytha.
Laita. Laita and La Allah. Laita is it is used for Allah's some kind of
regret,
excitement or regret. Yeah, regret. Mostly for the kuffars, it's used in the Quran. and la'alla laita, and it is mostly for hope and fear.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, good. Brother Muhammad Insaf?
Inna and his sisters, inna, indeed, verily sure, anna, that, inna anna, ka'anna, as if, lakinna, lakinna, but
You missed one before
bi anna,
Yeah.
bi anna, yes, but
No, bi anna is not but. It's because.
bi anna, sorry, bi anna, because lakinna, lakinna, I don't remember, lakinna, perhaps, lakinna,
But.
lakinna, but later, regret, la'alla, la'alla, I forgot.
Hopefully, so that maybe.
Hopefully, okay, hopefully, so that maybe.
Next person, Brother Sahir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Inna anna ka'anna bi anna lakinna layta la'alla.
Good.
By meaning, inna means indeed.
Yeah.
And anna means more or less, verily, indeed, the same meaning, more or less. Ka'anna is as if, like. Bi anna is because. And lakinna is but. Later is like a grief or like a regret, or alas. And la is perhaps.
Good. Thank you. Sister Sakira?
Inna anna kahanna bi anna lakinna la alla later. Okay. Inna.
Okay. Yeah.
Inna, verily, surely, certainly. Anna, that or verily. Bi anna, because. Lakinna, but, however. Later, regret or alas. Ka'anna, as if. And then la'alla, perhaps.
No.
Perhaps, maybe, so that.
Good. Sister Tasmina?
So inna anna kanna bi anna lakinna laytan lalla. So inna means indeed, anna means that or verily, kanna means as if or like, then comes bi anna, which is because, then bi anna kanna bi anna, lakinna means however or but, layta means some kind of regret or alas, and lakinna la'alla means perhaps or hopefully.
Okay, very good. Now, all of you, try to memorize these in order, so it'll be easier for you to remember it. Inna anna ka'anna bi anna. Let's get these four out first. Inna anna ka'anna bi anna. Repeat with me. Inna anna ka'anna bi anna. All right, so all the inna is gone. Then lakinna laita la'alla. Inna means indeed, certainly, for sure. Anna means that, verily. Ka'anna, like, as though, as if. Now, you know, the ka means like. We know that. We've learned that previous lessons. Ka means, you know, there's 10 huruf that we learn, particles. Ka means like. and then you add anna, like, as though, as if. Okay, bi anna is because. In English, you say because, so bi anna. And then lakinna. Lakinna is, we normally in Pakistan and all this, you brothers and sisters normally use it, lakin, don't you? Lakin. However, but. That's what it means, lakinna. Later is regret. Normally the kuffars will regret on the day of judgment for not accepting kalima la ilaha illallah. Okay, so later is regret, remember that. La'alla is hopefully, maybe, so that. Yeah, it's a hopefully, maybe, so that, la'alla. So if you memorize it in this order, you will remember them for good and you will never forget. Right, next question. How many names does inna has? Can you tell me?
3.
Name them, please.
Inna nasiba. Inna tawkid and e mahalli.
No.
Mushabbaha fil mushabbaha.
Yeah, mushabbaha bil fil.
Bil fil.
So, okay. Anyone can tell me all the names? Besides Sister Nilufa, anyone? Unmute. Muhammad Insaf, maybe Brother Shahid, Shakira, Tasmina, anyone?
حرف نصيبة توكيد and مشبه فعل.
Mushabbaha bil fil.
مشبه بالفعل.
Yeah. Inna has 3 names. Inna, is inna a harf or a fi'l? Sister Tasmina?
حرف.
It's a harf, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you all agree with that? Anyone? Do you disagree with her? Sister Nilufa? Sister Shakira? Anyone? Do you agree with Sister Tasmina?
Yep.
She says inna is a
Yes,
harf.
sister. We agree.
You agree with, good. So inna, now we know inna is a huruf, okay? And it has 3 names. Harf nasiba. Why do we call it harf nasiba? Because it gives mansub to isim, all right? Harf nasiba, yes? And then harf taqid. Why harf taqid? Taqid means emphasize. Inna, indeed, surely, certainly, is putting emphasize. You know, like when you speak in English and you want to emphasize something, you say, indeed, this was. Indeed, this was. Certainly, it was. You know, you're trying to put an emphasis on a sentence that you are talking to whoever you are talking to. So in Arabic, we use inna. And that's why the second name is harf taqid, emphasizing. And finally, we call it harf mushabbaha bil fi'l. Okay, and this example is given on the next lesson, on the Kanna lessons. Does anyone know why we call it harfe mushabbaha bil fi'l? Hello? Anyone?
Yeah. So, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Because the field, the verb also changes the araf on the object. Just like that, inna will also change the status of the object. So that's why it's called mushabbah bi feel.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yeah. As the fi'l makes its object maf'ul, which
Yeah.
is mansub with fatha in a verbal sentence.
Yeah.
Inna makes its isim mansub with a fatha in a nominal sentence. So
Yeah.
that should be the correct answer.
Yeah, I know. No, so I was just digging out from you.
All right.
Sorry.
Sister Nilufar? Sister Nilufar, yeah. Can you tell me the difference, why we call it mushabbaha bil fi'l?
As a fi'l makes the object maf'ul, thus it is mansoob in a verbal sentence. Similarly, inna makes an ism a mansoob in a nominal sentence. So that is why it is called as mushabbaha bil fi'l. But
Good.
what is actually mushabbaha means actually?
It's a
Resemblance.
similarity. It's a similarity.
Similarity, okay.
Yeah. Mushabbaha, yeah. So, sorry, somebody who said something else? Who was it?
Yeah, I was just saying resemblance.
Resemblance, yes. Yeah, resemblance or similarity. Good. So now all of you understand what is mushabbaha bil fi'l, and I hope that you will remember this. Now, there is one final thing before I hand over to Dr. Mahmood. The teacher has explained about ma. Okay, when ma appear before, inna, it abolishes the power of inna, and we call it ma al-kafa. The ma has a power to stop inna doing what it does normally. And the example is given on the PDF. So has all of you have made a note of that? And do you understand there, or do you have any questions? Why why ma does that? Yeah. Anyone? Brother Muhammad Insaf?
Yes, Ustaz, I understand. Alhamdulillah. Al-mushabbaha fil huruf, it abolish it's resemble to the verb. It makes after the following one makes it mansub. The same thing it happened here. It resembles. That's why we call mushabbaha fil mushabbaha huruf al-mushabbiha bil fi'l.
Okay. My question to you, when ma appears before inna, does inna have his actions abolished or not?
Yes, it abolished like inactive.
Inactive. So the ma al-kaffa is called a preventer, ma of prevention. All of you, please make a note of that. Ma of prevention. Ma, what it does, it prevents inna doing its job like normally it does for, inna sister that we explained on lesson 40. So when ma appears before it, it will not have the power to change next isim into mansub. It will be a normal, it will carry a dhamma. Okay? Ustad Mahmoud?
Yes.
You're half an hour, so I'm done.
Okay. All right. You can hear me. Okay. 1 second. Right. You can. Can you see my screen? Not yet. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
Right. Okay. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillah. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the teachers tonight. Alhamdulillah, you have done a great, great job. I'm very, very happy. Alhamdulillah. Before I do my bit, any question related to what you have learned today? Any confusion, anything? Feel free to share here, please. And I was doing something while you were discussing this chapter and I couldn't finish it. But inshallah, still I will give you something. Okay. Right. Any questions, Ustad? Any chat in the chat box, or anyone wants to say something in relation to this?
There's nothing on the chat box.
Okay.
Just a small
Question?
doubt.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yes.
Your
Yes,
doubt.
Ustad?
Yeah,
Yes.
what's your doubt?
Actually, the second chapter about Kanna, where we learned that something outside and inside, I didn't understand that much. Inna Allaha ghafurun and innahu ghafurun. The noun is always outside. I'm just trying to understand. The noun is always outside in inna, and in Kanna it can also be inside as well as outside. That is what it means.
I think she's talking about lesson number 41.
Yes, yes. A Kanna lesson. There are notes where it says inna ism for inna. It will have the ism either outside as well as inside, whereas for Kanna, no, it's always outside, and for Kanna it may be inside and outside. I don't know whether I have understood it right, because this is how I have understood. I just want to know what I have understood is right.
Ustad, can you share the PDF, lesson 41?
Yes.
I think it's that what Sister Nilüfer, I think when Ustad Sanika said Kana as inside Ism, which is Hua. I think Sister Nilüfer didn't really understand that. So if you can explain this one. See, you can say she said outside door Ism and inside Ism. So I think she didn't really understand this bit.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
No, not that one, Ustad.
Not Kanna.
Down part.
Yes. The down part. I think number 4.
Yes, the difference. 4. It's the second one and the third one.
Yeah, Kana Allahu and Kana Gafurun. It's this one.
This one, yeah?
Yeah.
This one?
This one, and also the difference for Kanna and Inna. The second point.
The second point, inna always come after it, either a noun or touch pronoun. Inna Allah, indeed Allah is forgiving. Inna hu ghafurur rahim, indeed he is forgiving. In the first example.
The Kana, when there is he is inside the Hua.
Okay, I will explain. Just point me to the right line, please. So this is one.
This is the one. This is what
then which
Kana
line?
has inside Ism.
Okay, what is the other line referring to?
Immediately the next line. Immediately the next line.
These two, okay, these two, right?
Yeah.
These two, okay. Okay.
It's
pay attention,
external
please.
file and internal file.
Okay.
It's internal and external file.
Based on the teaching, I'm just repeating, Alhamdulillah. Kana Allahu ghafuran rahiman. Okay. Kana is a verb, and Kana is a different type of verb where there will not be any fa'il, fi'il, fa'il, maf'ul. That's the difference, okay? You will learn more about it in the module 2. So according to the rule which you have learned, Kana Allahu, ism after Kana will be marfu, Kana Allahu. Then khabar of Kana would be Ghafuran, khabar 1, Rahiman, khabar 2. And khabar will be in mansub form, and you can clearly see mansub Ghafuran, Rahiman. Then the next one will follow exactly the same rule. We can see, I understand the point, it's a good question. Kana is there, and straight after that we have an ism, and that is in mansub position. So what happened to if it is mansub, it will be khabru kana, Rahiman same khabru kana 2, khabru kana 1 and 2. So what happened to the ismu kana? Ismu kana is inside kana, the hidden file, which is wa. Wa is the ismu kana. Sister Nilüfer, is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Is it clear?
He is, he was. So this is the he is inside, the Hua is inside, you can't see.
Hua is inside, it is the ismu kana.
Okay.
There is no external. There
But
is no
in
external file for it. But Kanna
Listen to
Okay.
what you're saying.
is
But
external
in
file.
inna, there is always a noun, either it is a noun or attached pronoun outside. It's always outside. There's nothing like inside in
No,
For
inna.
inna, no, definitely not.
it's a
Okay.
have.
Kana, there may be because it's a verb, but inna is an ism. Okay? There will
Okay.
not be any external doer or anything. Okay?
Okay. Okay, got it.
Clear? This point clear? Okay.
Yes, Ustad, I got it.
Right. I will give you some information, inshallah, that is going to just strengthen you on some aspects related to this kana, inna, and you have also learned lakinna. Okay? A family of inna family, lakinna. And as Ustad said, please make sure you follow this pattern, this order. Inna, anna, ka, anna, bi, anna. 4 anna ending. Okay? Inna, anna, ka, anna, bi, anna. Then you got lakinna, la, beginning, at the beginning, la, la, la. 4 inna, anna, ka, anna, bi, anna. And then last 3 is lakinna, laita, la, Allah. This order you have to memorize, then it will never go. You will never get mixed up. Otherwise, laisa, laita, this, that, la, all these you might get mixed up. But if you memorize this in this order, forever it will be wonderful. So I'm going to show you. Who can tell me what's the difference between, is there anyone, I want to hear from everyone, I want to test you. Who knows the difference between, who can tell me the full picture between lakinna and there is another word called lakin. I want the meaning difference, grammatical difference. Who is here? I would like to ask everyone to test who knows and who doesn't know, because we'll learn this today, because both of them are used in the Quran. And I do know many people just not sure. They give, opposite meaning here and there. So, sister, brother Insaf, do you want to throw your idea? It may be wrong, it's okay. Because by making mistake, we learn, inshallah.
Lakinna, we learn is a huruf, is a harf. Lakin, I think it's a ism.
Okay, so you say lakin is ism and lakinna is harf. Okay, any other difference?
Lakinna makes some changes which one follow to it. The next word, some changes it gets. But lakin, honestly, I don't know about that. Ustad, you can explain.
That's a good point. You brought in good point, mashallah. Okay. Anybody else wants to improve or complete this? Brother Sahir, do you want to try, brother?
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah.
So Lakinna is one of the sisters of Inna family. So Lakin is not a sister, that I know.
Good.
And so Lakinna should obey the rules of the Inna family, and Lakin doesn't need to. And I'm not sure what Lakin.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's complete. And I'll just add few information here. Since Lakinna is a sister of Inna family, so that will cause mushabbaha bil fail property here, means it will make the ism mansub, Lakinna. And since Lakin actually is also a harf, okay? It's a particle as well, like other one. But it is not mushabbaha bil fail, so it doesn't affect the harakat of the next ism, making mansub. No, it doesn't do. The meaning of lakinna is but, and the meaning of lakin is also but. Okay? Lakin is a particle of connection. It is an harful atf. We will have a chapter later on about all different types of harf. Okay, I will give you a quick idea on it because it will just enhance your understanding, inshallah. So, it is I think it's 58 or 57.
57, Ustad Harfulatov.
Okay, good. Just to give you an idea, can you see? We know waw and fa. We are very familiar with that, okay? These are particle of connection, conjunction, particle of conjunction or huruful atf, okay? Waw, fa, very common. Thumma means then. So something, a sentence before that, then you say therefore, or, so, and then it continues. So thumma is a particle of connection. Aw, or, okay, or, there will be something before or, and there will be something after or. So it's a particle of connection. Bal in the same way. La, this la means not, but you will see in many situations, it also acts as a particle of connection. Lakin is a particle of connection. Hatta, illa means except, so you will see something before illa, and you will see something after illa. Is also another one, okay? So this is just for you to have an idea, and it is, lakin is something like that, and it doesn't affect the, okay, if I could read this, yeah, it is a conversational. Ma akaltul jubna. Ma akaltul jubna. I did not eat bread, sorry, cheese. Lakin akaltul lahma. But I ate meat. Lahma. Can you see what lakin does? It comes, it connects one segment to another segment, and there is no harakat change because of this coming. But lakinna is different. Okay? So I wanted to really prepare a full example list, but I could not complete it. However, whatever I have, it should help you, inshallah. And I could not check it. I just collected it from different places in the Quran. I need to proofread it, check it, and making sure they're appropriate. So still, it will be helpful, okay? Lakin and lakinna. Lakinna allaha yusallu mayyasha'u. Okay, it means Allah sends his blessings to whom he wills. But Allah, still but meaning, but as you can see, lakinnallaha, you can see the change. Lakinnal aksara, aksaru has become aksara. Lakinna ana allaha rabbi. Again, lakinna, but ana allaha rabbi. So exactly same thing it is doing. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يُضِلُّ مَن يَشَاءُ. Allah leads astray whoever he wills. لَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحْكِمُ آيَاتِهِ. But Allah makes his revelations clear. Okay? So that is lakinna. That is lakinna. And let's look at few. وَلَكِنْ لَا يَبْلُوَ بَعْدَكُمْ. But it was in order to test some of you. Simply but meaning at the beginning. Okay? وَلَكِنْ خِسَامٌ. But he is the worst of opponents. But he is the worst of opponents. وَلَكِنْ كَثِيرٌ What is it? This is done. Okay, this one. Why is it cross here? I even have to change the font as well because normally these fonts are not good. So this is what we do, spend time normally. Okay, fine. وَلَكِنْ كَثِيرٌ مِّنْهُمْ. But many of them continue in sin. Okay, so it's incomplete as well. But you can see lakin is here and it doesn't have any effect on the next word. وَلَكِنْ قَوْلَ الْفَصْلِ وَلَكِنِّي. Now that may not be coming here because I need to just check it properly. Okay, so that is one thing. But what is more important for you to some of you already touched on it. I'm just like finishing it off, polishing it off. So we will look at the, oh no. This is Anna. And what happened to Inna? This is what I was working on and I couldn't finish it. Okay, sorry. But let us talk about, I think Sister Shakira said, okay, Inna, Anna, brothers and sisters, try to remember. Inna would normally come at the beginning of the sentence. Even if it is in the middle, it will start as a new sentence and as a part of Jumlatul Ismiya. Inna is there, undoubtedly, that is going to be a Jumlatul Ismiya. Okay? So, it will normally, even wa inna, you may see, it doesn't mean it's not a new sentence. After wa, after fa, there could be a brand new sentence. So, inna will start a new sentence. That is inna. And anna will come normally at the middle. In the middle, it will come, and it will normally connect two segments. I think Sister Shakira mentioned it. So can you see the difference, big difference here? The inna will always be at the beginning. Anna will be in the middle. Okay, Anna will not start a new sentence. Inna will come before an ism only, but Anna may come before an ism or before a fail as well. Okay, so it could be part of Jumlatul Fi'liya, but Inna will always be part of Jumlatul Ismiya. So there are not many other examples, but if you see, oh, Anna as a sister of Inna, they will always do, if it is Ism, you will see that is doing the Mansub action. Okay, you can see this. Anna Allah, you can see. Anna, we know the meaning is that, but brothers and sisters, in many occasions, it may also give the meaning of tawqid, like inna, but not as many as inna does. So you will have that as well, inshallah. So that's all I wanted to say. Is that okay? Is that clear? You may ask me questions. You can make sure that you know these 4 words, lakinna, lakin, inna, anna. There are some differences. There will be more about anna. You will learn it later because there will be another version of anna, and it will be just an, and it will be doing a different job, which you will be learning later. And that is also very, very interesting. So any question? Sister Ustada Sanika, what I just said, all this little breakdown, was that helpful? Did you know this before? Because we didn't discuss it in the past in any of the classes. Although they are easy, but did you know that or did you hear that before? Ustada Sanika, you have done very well today.
Just like Allah Ustad, I knew some of them. I missed the beginning part, but I knew some of what I heard, and some it was new to me.
Okay, good. Brother Insaf?
Ustad, I have one question.
Yes.
You clearly said the harf needs after that an ism. The inna and anna as well, it needs an ism after that?
No, I said it. Anna may have ism, may have fail as well.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Good question.
And then walakin, after that, it can come anytime, any place, or
Lakin.
lakin.
Lakin is a particular connection. It will always be in the middle of two sentences. Okay.
Okay. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, we have brought it here just as a part. Okay. But something was there before. Something was there before. This is what I was working on, and I couldn't complete it. Oh, this is here. This is. Can you see one here? Thumma sarafakum anhum liyabtaliyakum walakin liyabluwa ba'dakum. The meaning is, then he made you flee from them, your enemy, that he might test you. So that he might test you. This, this translation, this is from the Quran website, not always very, very appropriate. Okay, it is actually but.
Okay.
The next one, again, no, this is not. I couldn't complete it. Okay, but there will be, before lakin, there will be always something, undoubtedly.
Okay, exactly.
Always. But lakinna can start a new sentence itself as a harful tawkid, harful nasiba, and huruful bil mushabbaha.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
The question is not actually on lakinna and walakin. It's on Kanna. Please, maybe I will send it to you privately. It's on the MCQ questions on Kanna.
Oh. Yeah, MCQ question, sister. You need to just send it to me in a Word format, please. Okay.
Okay.
We'll not talk about this. Yeah. Okay. But I need that, sister. Okay. I need that. So I sent a request, not just one, two, as many as you have. Any question, any confusion, please send it to me, inshallah.
I think that some has been reviewed out of it. I can see that.
Yeah. So please work on it, inshallah. Any other question? Ustad Muhammad, is it okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Was that little clarification just because the chapter went so well, subhanallah, there's nothing more to add. Whatever. This is something what I just added few points. They will need this, otherwise they'll be unsure for a long time. Yes. But the Sahir, was it okay?
Yeah, inshallah, everything is clear. Okay.
Good. Good. I mean, I will work on this additional examples, and it will be in the next version of our PDF file, not soon. Okay. If there's nothing more, Ustad, you can conclude it now, inshallah.
Sure. Okay. Ustad Sanika, do you want to conclude it?
You can, Ustad.
You can. Let us hear from you. You're running you're teaching other groups as well, sister. You do it. Bismillah.
I don't think I remember.
We'll give you time. Try to remember.
That's good. That's fine, Ustad. I will conclude this. Students, I'd like to ask all of you, and I want to remind you for future as well. Have you watched the YouTube videos, please? And did you like and share? As I've been always reminding you this.
More important is comment to start.
Yeah. We need you to do that, please. Somebody was actually suggesting that before the class, we take about 10 minutes breaks, and we ask everybody to do that.
2 minutes break, Ustad, someone suggested. Not 10
minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about it. Maybe this is a good idea, but you all need to watch the YouTube video before the class.
Mm.
You need to like and share, and you also need to do the MCQs as well as read the PDF copies.
Ustad,
Yes.
you know, we can do this now. I'm sending the link. Everybody will just open it.
Yeah.
And then whatever they want to say, they will. Okay. I'm just sending
Yeah.
it now. You keep talking.
Yeah.
Uh,
I suggest that, you know, even if you say one word, you know, brilliant, I like it, or whatever, you know, and
genuinely, whatever you feel.
yeah, whatever you feel, you know, you can write as much as you want, or you can just make it, summarize it in one word, like, you know, beautiful lessons.
I don't have to say, yeah. I mean,
And just do the just share it with your friends or families or anyone you know, and then you do the like buttons, you know, because it's important for the institute here, you know, and we want your input in this as well, please. So if you can do that, it would be much appreciated.
41, right? Is it 41?
40 and 41. 40 and 41, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, 40 and 41. So this is what I wanted to say to all of you. And as you know, we'll be finishing very soon. We are, what, 21st of June. And the next lesson, the final lesson, will be 22nd of July. So we've only got 1 month left. And then there will be a test for all of you. So I'm asking all of you to keep up with your MCQs, revise the lessons that you've learned today and the last week, and you know, you'll be on the top of it, because you don't want to pile up everything. And after we finish on 22nd of July, you will be struggling, you know, you will be struggling to catch up. So when you get a minute, can you please, all of you, just
Yeah, you can, as Ustad said, it's very important that you do this MCQ. Don't pile up.
Yeah.
Because there will be, you know, a lot of other exercises as well. So
Yeah.
I have just sent this, and I want to, come on. I want to just see, you know, it's just a few minutes. I'm sure some already started doing that. You can do this from your mobile phone. Can everybody just do that, please, now? It is lesson 40 and 41. I have just sent this to the group. Okay, we wait to start.
Yeah.
Wait for 3-4 minutes, inshallah. Everyone confirm that you have done it.
All of you, have you received it? It should be in there.
It's in the group now.
Ustad, I think you stop recording.
Yes. Yes.
Do you know that Holy Quran is the
Conclude, Ustad, and stop recording.
Ustad, complete.